Ghana Sumubi Jumedie, Evidence and Effectiveness Grants, Most Significant Change Story. Africa Disability Institute, formerly Voice Ghana. Kofi Dake overcomes stigma in his community.
My name is Kofi Dake. I come from Lume, Achiame. I am 41 years old.
Kofi Dake, a farmer from Lume, speaking.
I was a driver, but now I am back to being a farmer because of my disability. There was a funeral at Dodome, the neighboring town, and I loaded my first set of passengers to the funeral. On the way to fetch the second batch, I clashed with another vehicle. It was near fatal. I was rushed to the hospital in coma, not knowing what was going on. I regained consciousness in the hospital the next day, which was Sunday. I became paralyzed. Surgery was conducted on me.
And I will overcome surgery. Surgery now.
Because of this, the woman I married also left. I wished to take my own life so that I could find rest in death. I was a cocoa farmer before the accident happened. I sought help twice from my friends so I could continue, but got none.
One day I got a call that my son was heading to the farm. I asked him and he told me he wanted to be away from people's derogatory comments.
Florence Ambegaji, Kofi Dake's mother, speaking.
They called me a cripple, junior cripple among others. They changed my name to that of my late grandfather who was injured during a football game. Sumubi, together with our traditional authority, intervened, and I am no longer called by that name.
West Ghana, broadly, we promote the interest, for that matter, human rights of persons with disability.
Francis Asong, Executive Director, Africa Disability Institute, speaking.
The first thing we did was to establish what we call language guide, the positive language or terminologies that we think people with disabilities themselves are comfortable with. We brought on board key stakeholders, traditional leaders, religious leaders, and persons with disabilities or people with disabilities themselves. So one area that Kofi Dake comes in was where we work with inclusion ambassadors. In the beginning of the project, we realized that it would be nice to put community structure in place that will even continue after the project. And that structure is what we are referring to now as inclusion ambassador. We work with chiefs and leadership to identify community influencers to interface for us in their respective communities. So we give them a number of training to prepare them to understand the project very well and also be able to use our social behavior change communication materials, the posters, the jingles, to educate communities as to what they should do and how they should change their attitude and all that.
The inclusion ambassador, in fact, they are doing extremely, well.
Togbe Agbenyejo, the Sixth, Chief of Lume Achiame, speaking.
Where they call them for training, seminar, whatever they hear, they come to tell the community.
First, I came to him and talked to him about the disability, but at first, he don't want to accept it that he's disabled.
Rosemary Aprakusu, Inclusion Ambassador, Lume, speaking.
I told him that for that one, it can happen to anybody. So you have to accept it that that's him now. Now he accepted that that's the way he is.
They invited me again to their meeting and I told them to take the lead. I went and I told my story. I was highly encouraged to have people who cared about me.
He initially secluded himself from people because he felt embarrassed, but he now relates well with all.
Since this education came to the community, we even made it known. From today, don't call somebody is a mad person. In the community, there are bylaws and other things. We will call you and give you a fine, or we will give you a penalty.
After that education, the youth visited me daily, and this made me very happy. They were not doing that before.
The youth always visit to cheer him up. He leads a group in the community and members support him, and together they attend programs.
When I didn't have the disability, I led the various dance groups. Just recently during a celebration, I led them in singing, and I no longer feel ashamed of my condition.
He's not lying on his OS at all. He farms. When he's going to farm and coming, you see that he himself will put in some radio. That thing ginger him in the farm. Yeah, he's a very hard-working guy.
I resolved to visit the farm twice a week. I was not strong enough, but decided that even if it was one cocoa tree I could dress, it was enough. Soon, my cocoa began to bear fruits. I got assistance from my friends to harvest. I made some profit from the farm. I want to thank Ghana Somobi Jumedie for their tremendous support.
Special thanks. Africa Disability Institute, Kofi Dake, Florence Amegaji, Francis Asong, Togbe Agbenyejo the Sixth, Rosemary Aprokusu. Ghana Somobi Jumedie, funded by UK Aid from the British people. A 550 production for Ghana Somobi Jumedie.